All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is November 25th, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Hey, let's go take a look at some charts for today. This is the trade review. Not much to trade today. Take a look at the SPY on the 10-minute chart. SPY 10-minute chart, we gapped up, came back, filled gap, spent the whole day trapped underneath VWAP right here. Nice consolidation, really tight consolidation into the close. On the 10-minute, we had ourselves a little 10-minute uptrend going into the close. A little bit of rally, breaking up over the base. We'll see if they can continue that. So 10-minute uptrend going into the close. 2-hour uptrend going into the close. All right, and on the daily chart, we have a daily uptrend. Made a new all-time high today in SPY. All right, haven't seen that in a while. So new all-time high for SPY on the daily chart. Price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, up in quadrant 4, over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything looking bullish for SPY. On the MMRP pattern, let's take a look at that. Okay, so we'll start off with, here's price action. Start off with the first one. Here's the first 4 green candles. This is the reversal. Okay, market makers reversal pattern. They were going down, and then you can see we ripped to the up. All right, breaking through support. Where would support be? Or resistance, breaking through resistance. Resistance was right there. You see how they were going up, and they kept banging their heads on it, and they couldn't get up any higher. Well, there's the resistance, and now we're going to get the reversal pattern where the reversal breaks through the resistance and tests it as support. So we have a 4 candle move breaking through the resistance. All right, so there's the 4 igniting move candle. Then we got a 4 candle pause rest right there. All right, and you can see they testing support right here. So this was resistance, now becomes support. So now they test support with 4 candles. And now we're looking for 3 groups of 4 candles, each group making a higher low and a higher high than the last one. So here's the first group of 4 candles. And we'd look for the second group to make another group of 4 right up like that. And another group of 4 right up like that. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we get up to 620. We'll see what happens. But there's the MMRP, igniting, pause, check of support. And now here's our 3 price advancement moves to the upside. So there's SPY today. Okay, so for SPY, I bought some calls. And I got to tell you, they decayed long before they could actually produce any profits. So I bought some calls, and I bought them right about, I don't know. I think I said at 1 o'clock or something like that. You see when I bought them, 10 calls. And I bought the 600, so I got to find it.
Order filled.
And it looks like it happened. No, I don't see it there. And here it is. I bought 10 calls at 147 when I saw price popping up through here. And I bought those 10 calls for $1.56. Those calls right now are only worth not much. Not much. Let's see what they're worth. Okay, so you can see right now those calls are only worth about 148 right now. Okay, so even though I bought them here, you can see the price decay right through there. All right, so not even in profit yet, and we're still moving up. So there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. All right, and that was the only trade today. I said I was going to buy the pullback or buy the dip. I did right through here. As soon as I saw the 10-minute uptrend, jumped in there, and I guess I jumped in too early, or I paid way too much for my calls. Anyway, so there's the calls right there. So I paid 156. It's at 150 right now. So we'll see what happens. All right. So they're the 600 calls, and they expire on Friday. All right. So that's what I bought. What else did I buy today? Bought some Intel. All right, sold some Intel, reloaded, sold, bought some Intel, sold, reloaded, and Intel just flaked out with lower highs and attempt to make a lower low. So Intel didn't work out too well. Made some money, only $100. That's about it. AMC, bought that, held it. Wasn't until up here I was actually able to sell it for some profit. So AMC, made a little bit of profit in AMC, not sure how much. Maybe like $100. That's about it. So made $100 on Intel, $100 on AMC, and my calls have decayed. That's it for today. All right, nothing much happening really. All right, so let's take a look at QQQ. All right, QQQ on the chart here, we get the quad lines on there. Back to September, we'll take a look at the daily chart. All right, QQQ. All right, so that's the all-time high anchored VWAP right there. Price action is up over it. That's bullish. Closing in quadrant 4, that's bullish. Closing over the 17 EMA, that's also bullish. Making higher lows and higher highs, that's also bullish. So QQQ in bull mode, in a daily uptrend. QQQ looking good. All right. There's the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. There's the all-time high anchored VWAP. We are up over the all-time high anchored VWAP on QQQ. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17. Let's take a look at FNGU. Okay, FNGU makes an outside day. It's a higher high, a lower low, closing underneath a bearish trap, but over the 17 EMA. That's bullish. All right, closing under the trap is not bullish, but closing over the 17 is. FNGU closing in quadrant 4. That's bullish. All right. FNGU making higher lows and higher highs. Also bullish. Price action is looking good for FNGU. Just need to get up on top of this resistance area and hold. Right now, kind of struggling with that resistance area right now. So you can see higher lows and higher highs. And we're up here in quadrant 4. Like to see us work our way up the breakdown candle high right there. So FNGU on the daily chart, FNGU is bullish. IWM, and IWM puts in, hey, I think we got a new all-time high for IWM for today. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what we got. The high is 244.98. The high is 244.46. So we got ourselves a new all-time high for IWM. Nice work. All right, so new all-time high. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. Nice work on IWM, creating the new all-time high. So there's the prior high. That's a new all-time high for IWM. It's been a while. It's been, think about it, it's been about 2 years. Let's see, the 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. 3 years right there. So that's a new all-time high, new 3-year high. Okay, so there's IWM on the daily chart. If it's making brand new all-time highs, you know it's bullish, so I don't need to say any more about it. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow puts in a new all-time high. Don't need to say anything more about that. It's making brand new all-time highs. Closing in quadrant 4 over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, over the 17, over the trap, everything looking good. Diamond Dow, new all-time high. So we got a new all-time high for Diamond Dow, IWM, and SPY. So the only two that didn't make all new all-time highs were, let's see, FNGU and QQQ. Those are the only two that didn't. And they attacked their all-time highs, I think last week sometime. So there's Diamond Dow making a new all-time high. Let's take a look at our technicals. T2122, we're hanging out in the overbought zone, making the bears completely uncomfortable, camping out here, setting up tents, setting up shop, just hanging out right here with the bears in the overbought zone. So nice work on the bulls today, hanging out and keeping it up there all day long. T2123. Okay, what do we got for T2123? 22, we got a new all-time high for T2123. Okay, so this was the all-time high from Friday. This is a new all-time high for T2123. Can't say anything more about that. That's totally bullish, up over rising 200 SMA. Looking great on the 3-bar chart. You know it's going to look just as good as the 15. All right. 15, 3 more green candle bars, a lot of space opening up between the 17 and the price action, more space opening up between the rising 200 and the price action. I'm telling you, people, price could get going on these indexes like parabolic, hyperbolic, all the way to the upside, almost vertical, all right? So keep an eye on it. T2123 kind of winding up here. All right, so there's T2123. They did T2122. We were in the overbought zone. FNGU for today. Wow. A little bit of green, attack on the high, and then a rejection for the rest of the day. Just selling almost throughout the rest of the day. So let me just say the SPY's new all-time high was brought to you by, well, the other 480 stocks. Okay, it was not the FNGU today that made SPY the new all-time high. All right, it was the other 480 stocks. So FNGU, like I said, selling, caught underneath VWAP the whole day. Same as kind of SPY, really. But price action, closing up over the 200 SMA, like that. All right, still bullish, staying in the upper third. All right. Up over the midpoint and over the 200 SMA. Still bullish on FNGU. Let's take a look at a few sectors. We'll start off with precious metals. All right, start off with silver. Okay, silver's price action today is, I think they got themselves a downtrend. 27.47. 27.40. Silver starts a downtrend today, all right, because they made a new low. They made a lower low. So they took out this low, so they're in a downtrend. Silver on the daily chart, all right. Price action closing under the midpoint, not good. Closing under, looks like I think that's a 12-year, I think that's a 12-year high right there. Closing underneath the 12-year high anchored VWAP. Closing underneath the prior 12-year high, anchored VWAP. All right, making a lower low. Price action, lower high, lower low, closing underneath a bearish trap. Closing underneath a falling 17. Silver losing the mojo. All right, silver's lost it. All right, it's no longer uptrend. It's now started a new downtrend. Unless they recover this tomorrow. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens. But you can see right there, silver losing it. Silver did have a nice run. That is a 12-year high up there. Okay, so not a bad run for silver. It's just they couldn't dig out the all-time highs. Gold was able to do that. Gold, price action for gold, that is the all-time high for gold. All right, gold price action today, lower high, lower low, closing underneath a bullish trap underneath the 17, closing not quite in the upper third, just barely missed it. All right, and closing up over this, that's the midpoint, that's bullish, but closing underneath the uptrend line. All right, and closing underneath the trap, and closing underneath the 17, and closing underneath the upper third. Okay, so all those things are working against it. What's working for it and making a lower low, putting that gold also in a downtrend. The only thing bullish we got going on is we're up over the midpoint still. Maybe they can hang on to that. We'll see what happens. But there's gold in a downtrend. Silver in a downtrend. UNG. UNG is in an uptrend. They broke this high. That put them in an uptrend. Today's price action. Higher low, higher high. Closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. UNG in an uptrend. Kind of caught on probably the quad line 50. If I measure this pullback. Yep, they're just over the quad line 50. That's good. All right, so there's UNG right there. Moving up in an uptrend. Let's take a look at USO. USO still in an uptrend, just not quite moving up all the time. All right, ever since we took out this high over here, I'll circle it or I'll box it off. Ever since we took out this high, when we did it with this candles right here, okay, we've been moving down. All right, so price action has made a higher low right there, and we're looking for price action to make a higher high over this peak right here. Okay, so we'll see what happens. There's USO still in an uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs. Price action for today, kind of rough, little lower high, lower low, closing underneath bullish trap and underneath the 17 EMA. A little rough price action for USO. Also picking up on these lower peaks. We could have a wedge playing out here, so we'll see. And this looks like a downward wedge to the downside. So there's USO. Yeah, look at this. Maybe they can dig out a real steep low and then rip out of there. We'll see what happens. There's USO, all right, in an uptrend, but not moving up, all right? In an uptrend, but not moving up. Just kind of consolidating over to the right. Let's take a look at SMH. All right, SMH's in a downtrend because they made a lower low right here. All right, and if they to turn this downtrend around, they have to take out this high. If they take out that high, they'll negate the downtrend and create a new uptrend right there. But let's look at the positive side of SMH. This is the semiconductor index. Okay, we're up over the midpoint. That's a point. Okay, we're up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's 3 points for me. Okay, price action in the upper third, no, so they don't get that point. In the upper quadrant, don't get that point. Closing over a trap, they don't get that point. Okay, closing underneath the 17 EMA, all right, they don't closing over the 17, they don't get that point. So they got very little bullishness left to them, okay, and they're hanging on by a chin hair right here. Okay, they need to reacquire the upper third, reacquire the top quadrant number 4. They are looking good because they have been hanging out over this all-time high anchored VWAP. That is still bullish. All right, so and they're up over the midpoint. That is still bullish. The only thing wrong is we're making lower highs and lower lows, which creates the downtrend. All right, so maybe they can turn it around. I don't see them moving down, you know, in these past 5 days. See this? They don't seem to be moving down in the past 5 days. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they can turn it around. They couldn't do it today while the market was making new all-time highs. All right, if there was a day to do it, I think today would have been the day. All right, with a new all-time high for T2123 on Friday, a new high today. 3 of the indexes hit new all-time highs today, and yet SMH is still stuck underneath the 17 EMA. All right, so tough road for SMH right now. Let's take a look at XLK. All right, technology looking a whole lot better than the semiconductors. Price action got a higher low, making higher lows and higher highs. That's an uptrend. Closing in quadrant 4, that's an uptrend. Closing over the trap, that's bullish. Over the 17, that's bullish. Over the all-time high anchored VWAP, also bullish. Everything looking good on the technology sector right there. Let's take a look at XLF. XLF prints a new all-time high. I don't need to say anything else. They printed a new all-time high. Everything's looking good on the financial sector. Let's take a look at XLU. Okay, XLU, this is the all-time high, attacking the all-time highs today. Okay, so everything closing in quadrant 4, over the trap, over prior all-time high anchored VWAPs, and the all-time high anchored VWAP up in quadrant 4. This is bullish. Everything looking great for XLU. Let's take a look at XLI. XLI, that's a new all-time high for XLI. I don't need to say anything else. It's a new all-time high. Doesn't get any better than that. Let's take a look at XRT. XRT putting in, woo, love that candle. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17. I said this was going to break out. Keep an eye on it, keep an eye on it. And here we are, folks. This is the breakout right here. Right here. So how high is that? Let's take a look back and see how high we got. Okay, so we have on that latitude, that is based on that latitude high. Okay, that is a 1, 2, almost a 3-year high right there. Okay, almost a 3-year high. This is the all-time high right here set in 2022. They are climbing up this breakdown move right here. So price action breaking out. Let's keep an eye on Costco. Let's keep an eye on, let's keep an eye on Amazon. All right, this is the retail sector. This is breaking out. I don't see how they can do it without maybe like Costco, Sam's, Walmart, and Amazon. All right, and Rivian will be a subsidiary beneficiary of all of that price action. Okay, so there's XRT. All right, with a new 2.5 year high at least. See, we got 1, 2, 3. All right, almost a 3. No, it's just a 2-year high. 2.5 year high right there. All right, so there's XRT. Let's take a look at IYT. All right, IYT putting in new all-time high for IYT. Big day for the markets. Wow, really big day. IYT new all-time high. XRT new 2.5 year high. XLI new all-time high. XLF new all-time high. XLK, how close did they come? They came close, but no cigar right there. XLU attacking the all-time high. SPY makes a new all-time high. IWM makes a new all-time high. T2123 makes a new all-time high. Market's on fire. We could get hyperbolic, parabolic, straight up, vertical. If this keeps going, we'll see what happens. But things are looking good going into the holiday weekend. Tuesday, we got FOMC minutes in the evening. Wednesday, we got GDP in the morning. All right? It's going to make for a volatile holiday. We'll see what happens. All right? So there's price action for today. I'll take some questions in the room. If not, I'm going to render my video, call it a day. Maybe get some chores done. We'll see what happens here. Okay, I got a couple of messages. Wow, some big moves. Yes, Greg. Big moves, yeah. It is Monday. Yes, it is. Okay. No mic. Okay. No sound. And no sound. All right. You guys heard me this time, right? All right. I think I corrected that. I think I did. Yep. All right. Awesome. All right. Okay, guys. That's it. All right. Not a great day for me. All right. Not much. Didn't go down. Didn't down just a little bit. Okay. Went down some. All right. So I got 478 to the negative today. All right, on that open house account. All right. But there's a silver lining. There's a silver lining right here in all of this. There is the silver lining. Here we go. Here we go. All right. On the back side, okay, what do we got for performance? Let's crack this open. All right. On the performance side, on 3 accounts, $1,200 each. Okay, so, all right, so didn't do so well in the market, but on the futures, just killing it. All right, so not a bad day if you include the futures. If you just include the options and the stocks, not so much. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. All right, let's do this again tomorrow morning. Hopefully we get some more gap up and goes. I'd like to see a gap up and go instead of a gap up and fade. Right? Today was a gap up and fade. All right. I said I was going to buy the pullback. I did. I didn't get any juice till the very last 15-minute candle. Yeah. Transports hit a new all-time high, Robert. That was good. A gap and go would be great. Yeah. Or just go, right? Brad, don't even have to gap. Just right where we left off, just go, right? Somebody pull the trigger on the starting pistol and just go. That would be nice. Yeah, just launch. Exactly. Houston, we have liftoff. All right, traders, tomorrow, 8 o'clock, let's do it again, all right? Got a nice long weekend, all right, coming up here. I think Wednesday's a half day, and then Thursday's off, Friday's off, Saturday's off, Sunday's off. Then we come back to Cyber Monday. Should have some good retail sales data, all right? That should kick us into hyperbolic mode. We'll see what happens. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4. No, at 8. 8 in the morning. All right?